Good morning, guys. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Today's video is all about the egg fast. The pros, the cons, and how did I do? What's the results? I won't keep y'all waiting. Let's get to it. All right, guys. Day one of my egg fast. It's Tuesday, 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm having my meal. Let me show you. So my egg fast today is 8 eggs fried in 2 tablespoons of butter. And then you can see pats of butter all around the plate. That's about 5 tablespoons worth of butter there. Some of it's already melting into the eggs from the heat. And then for my 8th tablespoon of fat, which would be in my cup of coffee right here, is the butter that I frothed into that. And by the way, this cup of coffee is only number 2 for the day at 1:30. I'm doing great with my coffee limiting, so I'm excited about that as well. All right, guys. Well, some of my eggs I got distracted and I cooked too long. You can see that yolk is almost completely cooked all the way. I like to have my yolks runny, but my white done. But oh well, it'll still be okay. All right. Cheers, guys. Hey guys, this is day 2 of my egg fast. I gotta say something first. Yesterday's day with my fried eggs and the butter on the side, I thought I'd make it through that. Like, I love butter on my hamburger patties, on my steaks, any kind of red meat. I love the butter on it. But I've never been too much of a fan of putting butter on my eggs. I'll fry them in butter, that's fine. But as far as melting butter on my eggs to have a bunch more butter on it, I don't like it. And I've never been one to just eat butter like a candy bar. Like you see some other influencers do, like Steak and Butter Gal and Courtney Luna, to name a couple. They like it. And, but I thought, well, it's just a little bit. It's not a whole stick. It'll be okay. I'll just eat small pieces at a time, like I showed you on my plate, guys. It was fun, like the first 2 or 3 bites, but after that, I was like, man, I just don't like eating butter like this. I got through it though. So today, I realized I needed to do something a little different and try to find different ways to get fat in besides just mainly butter. Because I don't really care for the butter and egg mixture part. Anyway, so what I've done is, and take a look, and these aren't pretty, guys, but these are, I'm gonna call them egg rounds. I don't know what they are, but anyways, I took 8 eggs, and then I took 4 other eggs and just took the yolk and separated it from the white and got rid of the white and just used the yolk from 4 of the eggs. And because the yolk is the fat of the egg, and I thought, well, that might help make up for the lack of butter that I'm going to use in today's meal, because you're supposed to have 1 tablespoon of fat per egg that you eat. So in these rounds, there's 8 eggs, 4 yolks, and then I did mix in 2 tablespoons of bacon grease to go in here. So that's approximately 6 tablespoons of fat. If you're counting 1 yolk of egg as 1 tablespoon, I'm not really sure we're just going to go with that. And then I have my trusted cup of coffee here with about a tablespoon of butter frothed in. I'm not very good at that. Frothed in. And Old Timers Cafe, Red River, New Mexico. Chris and I went there a few years ago. Old Timers Cafe was a really good restaurant. They gave some good breakfast food. And if we ever find ourselves back in Red River, this will be a place we can actually eat and know we can get some good meat-based food there. All right. Well, guys, let's take a bite and see how these eggs come out. I just baked them in the oven. I hand mixed them and baked them in the oven. Here's what a bite looks like. And then I bet garlic salt from Redmond's in there. And then I had this rub called Spicy Bacon Rub. It's clean ingredients, and there's definitely, and that also means no sugar at all. I don't know why they call it spicy bacon. It's not spicy at all. But anyway, so these should have a bacony flavor to them without having bacon in them. So. Hope I didn't hear that. I can hear myself with the earbuds. It drives me nuts. I didn't hear it. Anyways, that was pretty good tasting. spongy, but it's that egg sponge that you can expect when you bake it in the oven like that. I baked them in these molds here to give them that round shape. I like to use these because no matter how much I butter the casserole dish, my eggs always stick to it. These do not let them stick, and no mess to clean up. Just throw them in the dishwasher, wash them, and it's done. All right. Well, guys, this is day 2. I'll see y'all on the next on day 3. All right, guys, day number 3 of my egg fast, and you know how I'm feeling. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about to eat, which means I didn't quite make it a full day since my last meal, and that's fine. You know, I am overall, I'm pretty satiated just eating these 8 eggs that I've been eating the last 2 days. But I noticed that today I woke up with a rumbly stomach, which I usually don't do. And now I'm just giving in and I'm ready to eat. So, I don't know what it'll look like tomorrow, if this is going to be something that, you know, continues to grow, my hunger continues to grow, or if it's just a one-off today. I guess we'll find out. I'm not completely over the egg fast yet, so that's good, but this is only day 3. But today, let me show you my plate. I have 8 hard-boiled eggs that I then fried in a mixture of bacon grease and butter. I didn't have enough bacon grease to fry them all in, so I added some butter to it. So that's a mixture of that. And then you can see the yolk right here from some 4 hard-boiled eggs that I just took the yolk out of and threw the white away. That way to help increase my fat because I don't like just butter with my eggs too much. So all in all, I've got, if we're counting a yolk of egg, it's a tablespoon. Then I've probably got about 6 tablespoons of fat on my plate here with my eggs. I've got just over a tablespoon of butter in my coffee. I like it. I actually like this, but I'm afraid to put too much in my coffee and I won't be able to drink it. So what I'm going to do to make up that last tablespoon that I'm missing is I will have another cup of coffee and put some more butter in it, and I'll get that last tablespoon in there. By the way, guys, again, this is only my second. Actually, it's 1.5. I didn't even finish my first cup this morning, so I'm doing really good there too. All right. Well, I didn't even get me a fork. Hold on, guys. All right, back with my fork. All right, let's see how these hard-boiled eggs turned out. Hopefully I can taste some bacon. That'd be nice. All right. Comes the bite. You know what? Frying them in bacon grease and butter, that's really good. That is really, really good. I think I'm going to go and put some mustard on them just to give them a little moisture. Well, you know how hard-boiled eggs are. But it's actually pretty good overall, and I'm actually satisfied. I might do this again sometime. It's pretty good. All right, guys. Well, this is day 3. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, guys, it's day 4 of my egg fast, and so far so good. Now, I will say yesterday that after I ate those hard-boiled eggs, as soon as I finished eating them, I had a thought in my head. I said to myself, you know, I don't know that was enough, which is an odd thing for me because the last 2 days before that, it did pretty well, and I had the same amount of eggs. So I don't know what it was, but sure enough, about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I was already getting a little hungry. So I made me about 4 more eggs and ate those yesterday at 5. So I did eat a second meal yesterday as far as the eggs go. All right. Well, today it's Friday. It's 3:20 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna have my meal. And so, what I'm having today is just some scrambled eggs. I have about 8 eggs, and this time I did 5 yolks instead of 4. I fried them in butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, and then I do have my cup of coffee here, and with a tablespoon of butter in there. So I definitely have my butter, my fat to my egg ratio right here. I don't have to have another cup of coffee with butter in it just to make it up. So we're doing good there. All right. You know, overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I have enough energy to go out and get my walks in. And so I'm not lacking in energy on this egg fast. I'm feeling fine as far as that goes. A little not quite as satiated as I am when I had that ground beef that I'm used to having. But I'm doing pretty good. And it's day 4 and I'm not completely over eggs yet. I'm looking forward to Sunday. That Sunday meal that's coming up. It's looking better and better to me in my head. But I'm definitely ready to get some ground beef back in my life. But right now I'm doing good, and I think I'm gonna make it through the 5 days here. I'm excited to see if the scale sizzle on Sunday morning though, and of course we'll talk about that at that time. But let's go ahead and get these eggs in. So I don't like my scrambled eggs to be, I don't know what they call it. I want to call it juicy. I know that's not the word, guys, but runny. I don't like my scrambled eggs to be like that. It just gives me an off put in my mouth. It's a texture thing. I like my yolks runny when I fry them, but when they're scrambled, I like them all the way cooked. And I know the nutritional value tends to lose some when you cook them all the way through, but it is what it is. Tastes like scrambled eggs to me, so just fine. I use some of Chris's garlic and herb seasoning. It's the spicy bacon that I spoke of yesterday and the garlic and herb seasoning today. They're pretty clean, and the salt that they use in the seasoning is sea salt too. So it's not just your dextrose or not, excuse me, not dextrose, but your table salt that is bad for you. It's actually sea salt. So I'm very well pleased with that. And I used his garlic and herb just to give it a different flavor, and it tastes pretty good. All right, guys. Well, you see what I'm eating today, day 4. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, hey, guys, it's day 5 of my egg fast, and it's the last day of it. And, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The first time I did it, I made it 3 days before I was like, it's all right, but I want, something else besides eggs. So I was really thinking I was going to struggle getting past day 3 this time, but I didn't. So today I'm going to have 7 fried eggs and 5 yolk. It's a hot mess on my plate, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm getting over my shyness. I'm the one having to eat it, not you guys. I did season it with that garlic and herb seasoning that I spoke about previously. In fact, let me show you the garlic and herb seasoning and the spicy bacon seasoning that I've talked about this week. Let me get in the camera. It's by Adam Reserve, and this is the rub. Oops, my camera is not focusing on it. There it goes. Rub. And now I don't think there's any spice to it, but when Chris tried it, he said there was a little spice to it. He don't like a lot of spicy food though, so it may just be a I don't know what it is. I don't find it spicy at all. So maybe if some of y'all tried it, y'all might find it to be a little spicy. I don't think it's spicy at all. And then this is the roasted garlic and herb seasoning that I've been talking about. Now this has been my favorite on the egg. If I can get it to focus. There it goes. And it's, of course, by Adam's Reserve as well. And we got these at HEB, which is a grocery store in Texas. I don't know if they're outside of Texas. I don't know if it's a Texas thing or not. But if you have HEB, you might be able to find some there, or you might be able to find it online if you're interested. But anyways, tomorrow's the day to find out what this egg fast has done for me in terms of weight loss, if any. And then I'll also talk about any kind of my insights on this and how I feel about it and what it looks like for me going forward. All right, guys, let's take a bite of this yolk here. Look at this yolk. It's calling my name. It's good stuff. All right, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, hey guys, today's the day that we find out the results. Well, today's Monday morning, but I'll upload the results to YouTube. But first, I want to talk about some pros and the con that I have about the egg fast, and I'll start with the con because start with the bit of negative news and end with the good news. That's what I like. So the only con that I have is The first 2 days, everything was fine. By the end of the third day, I was having a histamine reaction to all the eggs. And you might think, well, Susan, how do you know that? Well, because my right nostril was getting really runny, and it was different than having a runny nose from a cold. Okay, and I'll spare y'all the details. I'm sure y'all don't really want to know the details on that, but I was having a histamine reaction, and it happened nightly for the rest of my egg fast. Of course, I didn't have it last night, but I didn't have any eggs on Sunday, yesterday. So, um, there you go. So, will that stop me from doing egg fast in the future? Well, let's look at the pros. The pros is this. Look, guys, it helped, and was unexpected. My whole point of doing this egg fast was to see if I could find some weight loss. But I discovered this. It's a good way to help me refocus on getting full. Where am I full at? Where am I getting too full at? And what I'm looking back on and how I was eating the last several months is, it's possible that I was eating too much because I don't weigh my food. I don't track macros, but it's possible that in my guesstimation, I may have been eating just too much. And so, because in the egg fast, it's kind of measured up for you, 1 tablespoon of fat to one egg. So while I don't track macros, and I didn't track macros on the egg fast, I still was kind of tracking a little bit on the egg fast. And so Dr. Bear always calls the egg the perfect macronutrient food. And it's got the fat, it's got your protein, and when you add that tablespoon of butter or whatever fat you're using to it, it might just be that it really helps you get that perfect macronutrient numbers, I guess is what you'd call it. Although I'm not sure how true that is, because there are some people out there who say that egg fast just doesn't work for them. Or maybe it really is a metabolic reset in terms of it really helps you to get in that deep ketosis. I mean, look at the sardines challenge. People who do the sardines, they find success in losing weight with just doing the sardines. I imagine so. If you don't like sardines, you're not going to eat, right? I'm just messing. Some people love sardines, well, from what I understand on the sardine challenge, it's like the egg fast challenge. You eat as much as you want. It's not about starving yourself. But so I don't know. I think it might really have more to do with getting into a deeper ketosis. I should have checked my ketosis level. I didn't consider that throughout the egg fast, but in the future, if I do another egg fast, I think I will track that. Having said that, I am considering doing more egg fasts and more regularly. Probably not 5 days long. 5 days long. I do love my red meats. But I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe a few days every week, I'll just eat nothing but eggs. It wasn't that bad, guys. And if it helps me to lose weight, well, that's what I want to do. Now, here it is, guys. So Tuesday morning, I got on the scale, and we know that the last time I reported what my weight was about 2 weeks ago. I was 181.7. On the scale on Tuesday, I was 183.6, which is a 2-pound increase. I don't believe it was a real increase. Our bodies fluctuate about 5 pounds up and down. So it was probably likely just some extra water weight I was holding on to that morning. So I wasn't depressed about seeing that, but that's where I officially started at for this egg fast. Okay. And I didn't get a picture of it. I'm sorry. But Sunday morning when I got on the scale, this is what I saw, guys. 178.1. Woo! I'm in the 170s, guys. I've been waiting so long for that. I've been in the 180s for so long. I'm finally gonna say I'm in the 170s. Now, I'm a little sad because I'm like, oh, 178, that means my body can fluctuate, and I could get on the scale again and see 180 again. So I want to do an egg fast sooner than later to get me lower, so I don't have to see 180 again, even by accident. But yeah, I think I'm going to do some egg fasts in the future, not for as long. But I really think it's a good thing, and for me. And I didn't get burned out. I'm really surprised about that, because the first time I did it for 3 days. I was like, nah, I want some red meat. This is fun, exciting, yeah, but I want some red meat. It wasn't like that this time. I mean, I was ready to eat some and some red meat, and but I wasn't miserable. Okay, and that's the point of it. So guys, how did I break my egg fast? Well, Sunday, this is what I had for dinner. I didn't record myself on that day. I just took a picture of my food. Guys, I don't have fancy dishes to put my little dipping butter in, so there it is. But the steak, ribeye was so good, and then the shrimp. And that butter, I put some of that garlic herb in the butter and dipped my shrimp in it. And oh, it was so good, guys. And I really actually enjoyed this egg fast. All right. Well, that's it, my friends. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.